Hey guys, what is up? My name is Tom Spark, and today I'm just going to be doing a kind of video talking more about VPN in general. And today I'm going to be addressing the question, why don't more people use VPNs? So as you may know, VPNs are pretty useful tools nowadays. VPNs are useful because more and more internet service providers are tracking our data, selling it off, or just restricting what we can do with it. VPNs are great for hiding your IP while torrenting, but they're also good worldwide if you want to access, legit forms of streaming content like Netflix. Let's say you're in, Australia and you want access to the US content library, you're going to have to use a VPN to get a different IP and get around those geo restrictions. Not only that, but people use VPNs in coffee shops to protect their internet and secure it, and they also use VPNs, at work and stuff like that. Suffice to say, there's a lot of reasons to use VPNs, and most people who care about their anonymity and security and privacy on the internet are using them for whatever their use case may be. But let's discuss right now, why aren't more people using VPNs? Now, I think the biggest reason probably for people not using VPNs is just a lack of general awareness. Most people using the internet generally tend to believe that their Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts, and so on are all secure, and that all the information they have there is pretty much private. Now, these are the same kind of people that are using password like password123 or variations of their last name and so on. Most people who use the internet just aren't really aware of security and privacy, and a VPN is just, another security tool that they think they don't need. Now, VPNs usually run through monthly subscriptions or, longer commitment plans like 6 months to a yearly plan. And some of these plans can be pretty expensive depending on the VPN that you pick. Some of the most expensive VPNs plans like NordVPN, ExpressVPN, and so on go from $12 to $13 a month, upwards of $100 per year, and further on. However, there are other VPNs that are cheaper, like TorGuard, private internet access, and some other options that don't break your wallet. Another reason people might not be using VPN is just lack of concern and personal experience. A lot of people think that VPNs aren't necessary because they've never really had a hacking, phishing, or any other kind of privacy breach or violation. However, this doesn't mean that it can't happen. Of course, it's more common for big names like Jennifer Lawrence to have their pictures stolen and stuff like that, using kind of unencrypted photo storage options. But there are, a lot of cases where people have had their information taken from their websites that have been hacked and stuff like that. Generally, though, VPNs are not just the only victim of, people not using proper security. Passwords and stuff like that are also a huge thing. But overall, I think just one of the biggest reasons people don't use VPN is just lack of concern. They think they're fine. You see a lot of people coming to VPNs once they get that letter from the ISP, caught torrenting or something like that. Or maybe they are just wanting to stream Netflix or something like that. It really depends on what the end user wants to use a VPN for. And I think the biggest reason that people switch to VPN is because they have a very specific, need. Well, anyways, guys, let's wrap this video up. I think one of the biggest reasons people don't use VPNs is simply because they just think they don't want them. Either the price is too high, or they just haven't had a personal experience to warrant the need for a VPN. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, do I really need a VPN? Well, you could think of specific use cases that you might have for it. If you're a gamer, you could use a VPN to get access to betas early. This isn't that common, but sometimes with MMORPGs or Chinese or Korean kind of games that log content based on geo restriction, a lot of people use VPNs to either, kind of increase their speeds by getting closer connections to servers, or they get access to those early game betas. Another good reason to use a VPN nowadays is that if you want to get access to Netflix, like I mentioned, or even Hulu or any of these other US restricted content libraries, you can use a VPN, of course, to sign up with one of these services and make the service think you're in the United States. You can also use, services like privacy.com to make a debit card with an address in the United States. So that's also an option if you have, a billing address that's not the right jurisdiction. I made a video like that if you want to check that out. But anyways, guys, tons of reason to use a VPN. Let me know down in the comments below if you're wondering about VPN, and I'll see you again on the next video.